What's up, Skarner? Bringing you a brand new episode of Marvel Snap Episode 2, and today we're going to be covering the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D deck. So yeah, this is going to be a nice bridge between the Devil Dinosaur onto this one. It's kind of why I picked it on this one, because it's not necessarily an archetype, but you'll see why in a little bit on why I chose that. And yeah, you just seen the intro video to Marvel Snap because, like, well, from episode 1 it was on PC, but then they re-officialized it. So they did have that. They even have like this Mecha Devil Dinosaur card variant, which I kind of missed out on. And then just recently they had their like 1-year anniversary, so I did kind of pull that off and, you know, got that covered for us. So yeah, just be sure to click on the chapters below to click on where you want to if you want to skip the deck tech for any of the archetypes to go straight into the match. So just be sure to do that if you need to, because yeah, I know I'm very aware that this video is going to be very lengthy and all that. So yeah, so if you guys haven't skipped, then you got like the real meat and potatoes when it comes to this, when it comes to the deck tech. I actually have to edit my deck and everything right now because yeah, it's been quite some time that I've been wanting to do a video of this. Like, you know, it's been 1 year and 4 months since I posted an episode of Marvel Snap, and I've been meaning to do it since January, but then there's one reason or another that I just keep on putting it off, whether it's the audio fucking up or like there's been new updates with certain cards that kind of fucked up the video to just end up redoing it, or there's certain cards that I want to get, so I end up holding it off, and then that just kept on backing up month after month. And then I was gonna try to record it 2 weeks ago, but then I ended up getting sick. I'm still like, well, I'm getting better now. It's just every now and then you'll kind of hear it, and you know, a nostril or two kind of gets fucked up. So yeah, just apologies if you hear that in the background. But yeah, ever since January, like the very first time it fucked up is because Steam just didn't let me in for whatever reason. So there was that going on for us. And yeah, for that reason, pretty much we got this right here Steam powered, which shouldn't be the case because it should really be this. Currently procrastinating because it takes me 9 fucking months to do this shit. And yeah, also the pixelated Nick Fury to do the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D deck, and with this card back because there's no other cards backs. I don't know why this is grayed out, but there's no other card backs that kind of fit that. I don't know why a lot of them are grayed out. There he goes, Deadpool, and I'm assuming some of these are the Marvel Snaps and that's it. So yeah, I'm not sure why it's not loading in, but nonetheless, there was something in the inbox. Oh, my mouse is dying. The batteries are slowly dying and withering and stuff. But with the 1-year PC release anniversary, we do get ourselves at least a Mecha Devil Dinosaur emote, which we will be using today and stuff. So I'm very looking forward to that. I love this thing. And yeah. But speaking of emotes, there was the Deadpool League that came out recently, and if you hold off till the end of the video, you'll see it on the end card. I'll try to remind you guys towards the end of the video, but in the end card of the outro, just be on the lookout to click on the secret video of the Deadpool League to see how well I did, because there is a new emote to, you know, up for grabs to try to get, and yeah, we'll see how well we placed. So yeah, there's that going for us. So I wonder how that would go. So yeah, so I'll be right back. I need to, like, you know, set up my cards correctly, because I don't think, like, I literally had a mess up recording earlier today and 2 days ago and stuff like that, and like just all this week. I've been trying to record this for a long time, alright? So yeah, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I just wanted to sort all that thing out, and yeah, I'm at level 76. So yeah, let's take a look at the deck, shall we? I just had to do that. It only took like 2 minutes or so, but really had to readjust it because I recorded earlier today and I wasn't satisfied with how the video turned out. So I have a lot of footage, so this video is going to be a little bit different considering there's been quite a bit of changes when it comes to this. So yeah, As I said, the Devil Dinosaur deck from the last episode, the whole purpose of it was to get as much cards as you can, and the card limit is pretty much 7 cards to fuel up the Devil Dinosaur because he relies on how many cards you have for its power. Now the thing is, with the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D deck, I would say it's a more reliable and more effective deck than it is for the Devil Dinosaur to serve that same purpose. But I would say the goal for the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D deck is pretty much Controlled RNG is what I like to call it. You get to choose what random cards that you get. Not really the specific random cards that you pretty much choose, but like, you know, you get to play whatever you like and you don't have to play what you don't like, pretty much. That is the premise with this, and it's a nice transition and bridge of Devil Dinosaur to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D because I try to do half and half in a way. So you might notice some cards in the last episode that drastically change in some ways, shape, or form, and you know, some other half of the cards that are Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So yeah, you'll notice Agent 13, Maria Hill, the Quinjet, Agent Coulson, Helicarrier, Nick Fury, and to a degree Captain Marvel kind of counts as a Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. personnel, and Black Widow is counting for that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and if you count for Captain Marvel, then 8. If not, you know, there's still cards of the Devil Dinosaur deck that you'll be seeing here today. So yeah, let's go talk about it. We're gonna be doing it a certain order, so you'll see for yourself. We got ourselves Agent 13, 1 energy, 2 power. On reveal, add a random card to your hand. So the pros and cons is pretty much the same, where the pro is you could get possibly a really good card that benefits your deck, and the con is you could get very much a bad card that kind of hinders you or whatever the heck. So yeah, they're pretty much the same if you really think about it. It's just all RNG between the spectrum of 0 and 7, but I still like to use Agent 13 because I would say the majority of the cards have some usefulness to it. Like a good 65 to 70% has some good utility to it that would benefit you, and the other 30% might possibly hinder you or whatever because, you know, their destruction deck or a discard deck or whatever deck they have that won't serve your purpose. But for the most part, that is the usefulness of Agent 13. A lot of people like to use her over Mantis, like I mentioned in the last episode, because they rather get that random card. And since I've been playing this deck for 9 months, I can vouch that Agent 13 is in fact better, so there is that. But I do like this chibi variant. For the longest time I thought this was like White Widow, you know, Black Widow's sister and all that, but no, she's related to Agent Carter, who is Captain America's love interest. And yeah, it's a bit awkward because Captain America kind of kissed her and had a relationship and stuff, and then went back in time to go back to Agent Carter, and I don't think she's aware of this, that Captain America hooked up with the niece. But besides the point, I really like the chibi variant. So yeah, there's that. I'm gonna be going to Mantis because I compared her with Agent 13. Has a bit of a difference, and you'll see on the side of the screen that basically she was 2-2, I believe, and then changed to 2-3, and now it's to 1-2. And the ability is a bit different. On reveal, if your opponent played any cards this turn, copy one of them into your hand. It used to be just like get a card from their deck or something like that. She was originally a scouter, and back then I didn't mind if I didn't get the card. But if I'm able to predict my opponent, I could scout the opponent and just get that. I would consider this a con with this new ability because since most of the time I would play early game, I don't always want a copy of an early game card because mostly they'll be like 1 energy or 2 or whatever. And yeah, it's not for the best because you can make this like a hypothetical situation. If somebody else has the same deck as I do and they play Agent 13 and I predict them with Mantis, I don't want Agent 13 to get. Like, I'd rather get other cards or whatever. I even rather get a random card from their deck rather than just getting the Agent 13 because, like, it's just better to get something, I don't know, something other than the card that's being used in front of me because it doesn't really make sense. So yeah, I don't really like this new ability. for the most part. And I don't know, I just like Mantis back then. And with the other Devil Dinosaur deck, I always noticed that like sometimes I don't want to get cards because the pacing's a bit off and the fluidity is a bit off, because I could get cards too soon. But you know, since I'm used to it, I know what to play and what not to play. I would say though, with this Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D deck, Archetype 1, 2, and 3, I have noticed that like at least Archetype 3 is it is a better deck than the Devil Dinosaur deck, and it's a lot more fluid and the pacing's right and all that stuff. So yeah, I very much recommend it. But as I mentioned before with Archetype 1, at least if you guys don't know, because the way I'm setting up this series, Archetype 1 is like usually, well at least for the starter deck, I try to get the tier 1 stuff, but for this case it's because I want to, like I said, have a nice bridge to have Devil Dinosaur and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Archetype 2, I keep 3 and like have alternative cards to which what I want, and that fits whatever theme I'm going for or whatever like archetype I'm trying to make it work. And Archetype 3, I would say I replace 3 with the Archetype 1, so hopefully that makes sense. So just remember, Archetype 2, keep 3, Archetype 3, replace 3. That's kind of how I like to look at it. I might break that rule at the end, but you'll see for yourself. I'll explain later. But yeah, either way, Maria Hill, we got on reveal, add a random 2-cost card to your hand, 1 energy, 2 power, and you'd be surprised with Maria Hill because like for some reason the statistics in the monthly thing for Marvel Snap says this was my favorite card. I disagree. I have all the evidence in the world to say otherwise, that I see Maria Hill as the most expendable member in my card deck, as fucked up as it sounds, but it's true. Like if you notice just me playing, whenever there's Vormir or Zemo's Castle, or like, you know, if there's a Negasonic about to blow up, I always sacrifice Maria Hill, and that's fine anyway. I don't think she likes me either, because Baron Zemo, whenever he recruits a card of mine, it's always Maria Hill that betrays me anyway. So yeah, she don't like my ass either, which is fine. But regardless, I try to prioritize Maria Hill for one reason and one reason only, because turn 1 I play her, and since it's a random 2-cost card, there's a pretty good chance on turn 2 I'm gonna use that 2-cost card, unless it's just not good. So there is that. So that might be one of the reasons why the statistics just assumes that I like this card a lot. And you know, whenever I play a card, like for example Nick Fury by turn 5, and I know my hand's gotta get filled out, and I have to choose between Maria Hill or Agent 13 to play, you know, kind of almost pointlessly, but for power, basically, I would rather pick Maria Hill to play that, even though my hand is full, and I'm not gonna get a 2-cost card. And I save Agent 13 for the next turn to see what I get randomly, because the spectrum is just so much bigger. It's like 0 to 7. Unlike this, I'm specifically just getting a 2-cost card. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense, but that's for the most part when it comes to Maria Hill right here. And I got a nice neon blue thing going on, so yeah, I do like that for her. So we also got Quinjet right here, 1 energy, 2 power. Ongoing cards that didn't start in your deck cost 1 less, minimum 1. So even if it's a 1 energy card that's new, it still remains as 1. But for other cards, like let's presume that Agent 13 pulls an Ultron or something, and it is a 6-cost card, it is now reduced to 5 thanks to Quinjet. So it makes it very, very helpful. Or like for example, Maria Hill brings in a 2-cost card, it is now reduced to 1. And yeah, extremely helpful. It's a must-have for any Devil Dinosaur deck or Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D deck, so I do recommend it quite a bit. And for the case of, you know, the best case scenario is if you have Sarah in your arsenal, like that you use her on field, because she reduces all your energy cards to 1 down as well. But just because, for any cards, it doesn't even have to be new, that yeah, you get to play a lot of big power cards for free. you know, from all the other cards that are producing pretty good stuff. But yeah, an often counter for Quinjet is Rogue. Rogue tends to take the power away, except I don't really mind if Rogue takes Quinjet because it gives me full confidence to play Devil Dinosaur somewhere else, since Rogue takes ongoing effects. So yeah, regardless, I try to keep Quinjet as safe as possible. It's like the exact opposite of Maria Hill, because she being expendable, I don't care if she dies. Sounds fucked up again, like I know, but when it comes to Quinjet, we must protect him of all time. So I put him like behind the Wakanda embassy shield wall or armor. If they have that, I would put it behind that. And I try not to put Quinjet in new areas that isn't revealed, because more likely it's gonna die or something if it's, you know, if it's one of those places that kills off cards or Space Throne or something like that. Regardless, I tried to play it safe with Quinjet, and it's very well worth it. And you might have noticed that I didn't point out all these other 1 and 2 cards about their counters and stuff like that, because it's pretty much all the same. The counters is pretty obvious, you know, Killmonger, there's Elektra, you know, all that stuff that it's affected with all these cards, but that goes without saying. Regardless, let's go talk about Cable right quick. He has 2 energy, 3 power. He used to be 2 energy, 2 power. That's what you saw in the last episode. And he has had a change to 3 energy, 4 power, and now he's, you know, currently with the 2 energy and 3 power. I don't really like the fact that he is extremely equal to Sentinel, because I feel like Cable has more usage than him. If anything, in my opinion, and this is outside and derailing the topic when it comes to Cable, but I really don't feel like Sentinel should be 2 and 3, because there's Master Mold who exists, has 2 energy and 2 power, that gives you 2 Sentinels, and now you're just stuck with them, and it's for the purpose of clogging your hand. But 2-3 isn't bad, so I don't know. I feel like to really have it effective, they should reduce and nerf Sentinels into 2-2 at least, or something like that, and have Master Mold to 2-4 or something, just so you'll see more viable and fluidity when it comes to, you know, more synergy for the Master Mold deck. Outside of that, I'm just saying that because the 2 energy, 3 power thing kind of bothers me a bit. If anything, 2 energy, 4 power fits for Cable perfectly fine, because he'll have more usage. But on reveal, draw a card from your opponent's deck. I'm pretty sure the text before says draw a card from the bottom of your opponent's deck or something like that. And the thing I didn't realize until I don't know, not really a long time ago, but fairly recently, I didn't know that Cable outright steals the card. So I'll try to point that out, you know, just to show the deck and that it's a card missing, because I always assumed that he made a copy of the bottom card that you use, and since it's the 12th card or whatever it is, depending on what's the size of your deck and everything, like they won't get to see it anyway, because not everybody gets to draw all their 12 cards for those 6 turns or whatever, how much you have. So yeah, that was always my safe assumption, is just he's making a copy of it, but no, he outright steals it. He's like a little bit different than a Yondu, because Yondu outright destroys the card, but Cable's outright just takes the card, and he's a fantastic scouter. Any good Marvel Snap player will tell you how good and useful Cable is. Very recommended scouter indeed. And yeah, it's a bit weird why they made those changes though. I really like the background, by the way. It's like lightning, and there's like a future city, and then the other side looks a bit sunny. It looks pretty cool. But yeah, that is the power of Cable. It makes me sound like I'm talking about the TV or something. Black Widow though, 3 energy, 3 power. On reveal, add a Widow's Bite to your opponent's hand. And what is a Widow's Bite? Pretty much, it is this, 0 and -1, pretty much. So while this is in your hand, you can't draw cards. Now, you'd be surprised how good Black Widow is to just, you know, your arsenal and everything, because if you read these 2 texts back to back, you'll see for yourself. My mouse is still dying, holy shit. add a Whittle Bite to your opponent's hand, and while it's in this hand, you can't draw any cards. If you just place them together, you would understand that they're like, oh shit, I only got 12 cards in my deck. I need to get rid of this thing because I'm not, at my full strategy or whatever. I don't got the cards that I need. So then they have to get rid of this thing. And then all of a sudden, this thing takes a spot with -1. And that can be a big deal if you really think about it. So there's been cases though where like some decks doesn't really get bothered by Widow's Bite and they could use it against you. Like for example, a discard deck, I seen so many times I just barely gave them a Widow's Bite with Black Widow over here. I shoot it to them and then next thing you know they cut it immediately away with Blade or something. But there is like a slight benefit to it, that there's a chance that Hela brings everything back, including the Widow's Bite, and it would hinder them just a little bit. But does it really matter when they brought back Infinite too? Like, I don't know, it's a bit strange. So there is that. And there's also the case with destruction decks where like they kind of just laugh at this thing, because when you shoot the Widow's Bite and everything, like it could just, they could just put it away with Deadlock, just get rid of it, destroy it, or they could use it as death fodder and fuel like a Carnage or something like that, or anything that will take down the death, so they could play it. So they might laugh at the fact that you gave them a Widow's Bite, you just gave them more fuel, essentially. But yeah, I always try to use this as much as I can, whether it's Sinister London or Kamar-Taj, to shoot it twice. It's always been really helpful, and you'd be surprised how much times like the opponent kind of rage quit because of Black Widow. Supposedly, according to the statistics on the monthly Marvel Snap thing, I win with Black Widow the most when I use her. I don't know how they would know that, because like I feel like there's a lot of equations when it comes to that, with the probability and all. I don't think it's the most accurate thing in the world with the statistics on the monthly Marvel Snap thing, because this month it says that Jin, yes Jin, the female genie girl that only gives you energy, supposedly every time I use her I win. So I'm not sure how reliable the fucking page is, but that is the power of Black Widow though. I have made people rage quit with it. It's just kind of harder to tell if you actually do have an effect on them, because it's their perspective and you don't see their hand. But it becomes more obvious when like they don't have much for you. But always keep in mind that this can be used against you, and like sometimes in some cases you won't really, I don't know. Like if a Widow's Bite been used on me and I've been drawing cards with Agent 13 and Maria Hill, I still have other cards I can rely on rather than whatever is gonna be on my deck sometimes. It's just some situations with it. Speaking of which, Agent Coulson, 3 energy, 4 power. On reveal, add a random 4-cost card or 5-cost card to your hand. So last time I talked about Agent Coulson, I hyped him up a bit too much, I feel. Because 3 energy, 4 power, that's pretty standard for a 3-cost card. And I did mention that 4-cost cards and 5-cost cards are pretty good in the game. That is true, obviously, but I would say that Agent Coulson, playing him for the past 9 months, I don't know, he kind of became my sentinel of my deck. If you don't know what I'm talking about, like, from the last episode, I didn't want to play Sentinel all that much because I didn't want to keep on getting Sentinels. So I always play Sentinels where he can't use his effect. So that was the case for Agent Coulson. A little bit more used than Sentinel, I would say, but only when, I don't have a Nick Fury at turn 5, I would use Agent Coulson. Or when there's nothing else to play, then I'll play Agent Coulson at turn 3. But other cases, I do, rather play some in places that cancels out reveal effects, or, deep space or some shit, or a Cosmo lane. I would gladly put Agent Coulson there, just for like, the numbers or whatever. Because the thing is, with 4-cost cards and 5-cost cards, like let's imagine if I play this at turn 5, there's no way I play both 4 or 5 costs. I just have to choose at that point. And it becomes harder because the cards that I got I just have to hope that I got enough cards to go with the 4 cost cards and 5 cost cards and still win the match. Because sometimes I'd rather have a spread going on with like other areas. Even with Quinjet, like it would reduce it to a 3 and a 4, but it's still pretty hard to use both. Like I'm not going to be able to because there's still a 4 cost card. And you know, not many 2 cost cards are in my deck or whatever, or the 1 cost cards aren't strong enough. So that's kind of the struggle that I deal with, where I'm like trying to like, you know, I try to see if it's feasible to play one of these cards. But you know, there can be really good 5 cost cards, like, you know, I could get another like Devil Dinosaur, or I could get myself a Taskmaster, even though he's going to be a 6 cost card soon, so just disregard that statement. Black Panther, you know, some of those cards could be an option. For some reason though, every time I play Agent Coulson, I always get the Black Cat, and I don't know why, and then she just ups and leaves and disappears. So I'm not sure what that's about. So yeah. But yeah, that's Agent Coulson. Another thing to mention, whenever I have 5 cards in my hand, I try not to play Agent Coulson, because if I play 2 more cards, or like when I play this and get 2 more cards, then I can't draw any more cards. So that's another reason why I wanted to mention that. But yeah, Agent Coulson. So, another thing is, I wanted to go to America Chavez a little bit later, so now it's the time. So, America Chavez had quite a bit of a journey, because in the last episode, you might notice a huge difference to what America Chavez had. She used to be 6 energy and 9 power, and her ability was, she shows up on turn 6, and not before, and not after, you know, just in case it's a turn 7 game or whatnot. And the developers changed that, and I think for the worse, because it says on reveal, give the top card of your deck +2 power. Now, I don't know why they changed this, because it went from 6/9 to, I believe, a 2 energy 2 power card, and then it became a 1 energy 2 power card, as you see right here. So the pro is, I guess, +2 power, I suppose. The con is, it's like, I don't really understand why they made the decision. It's just the developers felt like they don't want her to be seen as a safety net, and they want her to have more utility. But their answer to this, they're not really having that good of a utility with this card or whatever. So it's rather strange why they decided to do this. Upon doing that, I feel like they had the wrong idea on the utility for America Chavez to be, because this only benefits certain decks. Like the only one I see that gives it the biggest buff, I guess, is the Silver Surfer deck. And in best case scenario, like this reveal ability will apply to like a Sebastian Shaw or something. But that's best case scenario, and that's as far as it goes. But that's the thing, I feel like other cards have its job a little bit better, because, you know, there's Okoyo who does like +1 for the rest of your deck and everything, and when you play her early, like let's assume that a Sakar got her on turn 1, then the rest of the 9 cards that you have in your deck is going to get +1 as well. That's kind of a bigger graph, even though it's just +1. For all your other cards, that's kind of a bigger difference. There's other cards like Nakia that could do +2 for every card in your hand and everything, and there's even Force that does +2 for cards that you play. Because here's the difference when it comes to give the top card of your deck +2 power. You don't know what's the next card that you're gonna get, because it's the card that you're gonna be drawing and everything. Unless you have Howard the Duck, there's no other way of doing so. But with that being said, like, even if you know what card it is, like, it's, I don't know, that, like, that's your best case scenario. Like, if you have Howard the Duck and you see it, it's like, oh, I don't want to have +2 on that card. Oh no, not that card. Okay, this card. And then they play America Chavez and it's +2. That's the real benefit of it. But unlike the other thing, Forge, when he's doing +2, it's very much with intent, with like cards already in your hand. You're like, okay, put +2 on this card, and then like it's a different thing. Then it's just much more intentional, as opposed to like, oh, the very next person that walks through that door will have +2, oh, I guess I'm giving it to Uatu or some shit. Like, it's just such a weird thing to have with that deck and everything. I think the real thing is, though, like, what they could have done to make it more utility, since she is kind of basically the mascot of the game, they could have made her into a reverse, like, Doctor Strange or something, because Doctor Strange ability is like, okay, move the strongest card over to you, and usually it's like a vulture or whatever, like, or a high Human Torch. They could have an inverse of it, and, you know, America Chavez, since she has multiversal powers, you know, to bring in from a different dimension, she should have, like, bring in the least powered card over to you, and that could give you more usage for a movement deck, for example. And that could be useful for something like maybe the Human Torch isn't strong enough, maybe it's like a multiple man, or maybe it's late game and some of these cards are already buffed, so whatever's weakest, you know, you could get that over to you or something like that. There's just a lot more usage if you play it that way instead of just +2 for the next random card that's in your deck or whatever's left. It's not really that random, but that's why I just have a weird thing with America Chavez. It's just so much other cards do her job better, because even though Okoyo, like I said, is +1, it's for more cards and everything, and it's just, I don't know. I swear Okoyo used to be +2 before, though. It's rather weird. But yeah, that's it about America Chavez. Captain Marvel, at the end of the game, move to a location that wins you the game, if possible. 4 energy, 5 power. I believe she used to be 5 energy, 4 power, or maybe it was 5 energy, 7 power, or something like that. I don't recall what it is, but I would say Captain Marvel is coded very interestingly. I don't know how exactly she works, because yeah, like at the end of the game, like if you know, if it's missing 5 points and all you need is 5 points to win, Captain Marvel will easily fly there, and then boom, it'll win you the game, as long as you got like another area covered to win 2 out of 3. The problem is that, you know, sometimes if there's no possible way of winning, she'll fly up, do a loop, and then fly back down, and then like I just hear in many cases like she didn't do anything and just cost me the match. At least that's how people feel sometimes. So it's rather weird how like Captain Marvel works. There's some cases where I'm all like, come on Captain Marvel, what the fuck, if you should have flew there you would have won, what the fuck. So there's that. There's some other cases where I try to do carefully the math, and I'm all like, oh no, Captain Marvel was right after all. I would have lost either way. So I don't know if it's that case, but yeah, for the most part, when it comes to Captain Marvel, like, don't get me wrong, like she easily won me games and stuff, but it's just rather weird. I just don't know if she takes the area into account or the card itself into account, because if we theorize that, like, if there's Ant-Man, for example, like if you fill in the area, then he'll get stronger, right? So if it's 3 cards and then all you need is a certain amount of points, does Captain Marvel take Ant-Man into consideration? Because maybe she's just thinking about herself with the 5 points that she has. She's like, oh, I have 5 points? If it's missing 5 points to win, then it'll win. Oh no, it's missing 7 points. I don't have enough. Like, I don't know if Captain Marvel's gonna fly there. Or if she does take Ant-Man into account. It's like, oh, I'll fly here, and then Ant-Man gets stronger, then we got more points. Or even if it's the area, like, let's use the same example, you know, just replace Ant-Man with some other card, and then we're at Mojo's world. Does Captain Marvel take into account? It's like, oh, if it's 3 versus 3 in Mojo's world, all I need is to fly to Mojo's world to have a 4th card to get 100 points. Like, does that take into account? I don't know. But there's other places like Rickety Bridge, for example, where like Captain Marvel got that in the bag because some other cards are there or whatever, and then they fall off the bridge, and then turn 6 is over, and then all Captain Marvel has to do is fly there and she wins, because it's coded that like it's the end of the game and there's no other movements happening, so Captain Marvel will go. So, you know, she always got that in the bag, but I just don't know of other things. So yeah, it's rather weird how it works, Captain Marvel. So yeah, it's a bit strange, but like I said, nonetheless, she has won me games. So there is that going for us. So let's go talk about the Hello Carrier and stuff. 6 energy, 10 power. When you discard this, fill your hand with random cards. So I use this exclusively for power. I'm not gonna lie. 6 energy, 10 power is pretty good. I never use it for its ability. Well, I wouldn't say never. I rarely use it. So when you discard this, fill your hand with random cards. And what that means is, because people have used this in a discard deck before, and it, like a lot of people, like, you would think it's self-explanatory what this text says, but it works a certain way. Because the most common thing people would use it for, and the biggest example I could give, is that MODOK is used along with Hello Carrier, you know, to fuel like the collector or something like that. So let's make a hypothetical situation where we got 7 cards in our hand and Hello Carrier is in the 7th card position. So MODOK, with the way, if you don't know what his card does, he discards everything in your hand. So the thing is, he'll go from left all the way to right. So he'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, and then he'll discard Hello Carrier. Then Hello Carrier's ability would activate, and next thing you know, you'll end up getting 7 cards, you know, to fill the rest of your hand, is which it should say. So yeah, that's kind of the example right there. And you might be like, well, no shit, Sherlock, that's just how it works. So the reason I point that out, let's change this hypothetical situation and say something else. Like, let's say Hello Carrier, instead of being in the 7th position in your hand all the way to the right, let's say it's in the 3rd position instead. So let's just do the same scenario where MODOK gets played or something, like expansion just summoned it or some shit, and you got 7 cards in your hand. So number 1 gets discarded, then number 2, then number 3 with Hello Carrier in it. I always say Hello Carrier, Heli Carrier. Then that gets discarded. Then it will try to fill in your hand with random cards. The ability is activated. It has not discarded 4, 5, 6, and 7. So therefore, it would get 3 new other random cards to fill in that spot, especially Hello Carrier. I keep fucking calling it that, but you know what I mean. That's how it works, and then it would delete 4, 5, 6, and 7. So then you just got 3 cards in your hand. So just wanted to make that example because not a lot of people know about that, but that is how Hello Carrier works, and that's if you use that ability. But like I said, I just use it strictly for power, so there's that. But yeah, that is it for that card. Next thing is Nick Fury. 4 energy, 6 power. He used to be 5 energy, 7 power. I still use him usually for turn 5s, but like if there's nothing else going on and I have Quinjet out, I can play him on turn 4. And the good thing with the 4 energy change, because it's not like that much of a big deal, is that like at least now I could also play a 1 card along with Nick Fury, like it's a Quinjet or Agent 13 or Maria Hill or whoever. So that's a good thing. 7 power was pretty generous before when it was 5 energy, 7 power, because that's still pretty good. But 4 energy, 6 power is still pretty decent. Add 3 random 6 cost cards is the biggest thing, because I already said in the last episode why Nick Fury is better than Moon Girl in most cases, because 6 cost cards are considered the best cards in the game. And there's many cases where it could clutch stuff up and like it's exactly what you're looking for, but obviously it's random. You might not always get exactly what you want, but there has been cases where you could get that Doctor Doom or that Ultron or that Magneto and or like that Null for destruction decks or whatever it is that you need. There's been those cases where it's exactly what you want, and even if you don't, like in my case, whenever I play Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D deck or Devil Dinosaur deck, you can't just play Devil Dinosaur. This is my main card. He is the Red Eyes Black Dragon. He is the Blue Eyes White Dragon. He is the Slifer, the Sky Dragon. It is worth repeating because it is the equivalent from Yu-Gi-Oh to Marvel Snap, that card. I love this card. That's why I always use it. and I still been using it even though I use a whole different deck for the past 9 months. Devil Dinosaur is still my main for sure, but don't worry, for the rest of the episodes I will bring in other stuff, so you don't need to worry about that. But 5 energy, 3 power. You might be thinking, 3 power, what the fuck? Don't look at the power, alright? Because it's the ability that makes the power that more impactful. Ongoing +2 power for each card in your hand. You could get a maximum of 7 cards. That makes it 17 power. That makes it the strongest 5-cost card in the game. And that's no laughing matter. Even though if it's 7 cards, or if Devil Dinosaur is in there, you play him, that's still 15 power. And with the case with Nick Fury, like from turn 5, even if you have 4 cards or whatever, he brings in 3 more cards, so that's 9 power right there for you. Like, that's just free shit that you could get. So yeah, it's really interesting how that works. And when I mean about 9 power, I mean like in total and everything, that's 9 more power for him. So yeah, Devil Dinosaur is a major threat. Whenever it's no 6-cost cards that you're looking for, bam, you could just play Devil Dinosaur and it overpowers something. That's been many cases with this deck pretty much. But for the cases of countering, I have mentioned that Ronan the Accuser is usually the biggest counter to it, because it's kind of like looking at this ability, like looking at my cards, like, oh, the amount of cards your opponent has is the power that Ronan the Accuser has, so he could get a maximum of 19 power or 17 or whatever, and he beats Devil Dinosaur every time. But I would say the whole totality of the counter to the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D deck, at least in Archetype 3, I would say is Darkhawk, honestly, because he is dependent on how many cards you have left in your deck. And usually he always has rocks, so he would keep on adding more cards to your deck and everything. And a lot of the times when I'm producing other cards, I won't be able to like draw new cards as much, if that makes sense. So it makes it easier for Darkhawk to just completely ruin my life and everything. So there is that. So yeah, that's it for the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D deck and everything. There is another thing that I hadn't mentioned, like apologies for the tutorial video when I covered everything with the last episode, because it came out blurry. But with on-reveal abilities and basically ongoing abilities, or just abilities in general, literally today it's been announced a brand new type of ability form. It is called Activate. I thought it would show up here by now, but it didn't. So the way Activate works, if you really think about it, oh, there it is, Activate. Along with the new season that's coming out very soon, pretty much. The way Activate works, because they're making some changes with certain cards, and like the newer cards that are coming out are gonna be with the Activate function. So one example is Ironheart. It's like +2 for 3 random cards. Instead of it happening upon the first time you send it out at like turn 3, you could send it out turn 3 and not use that ability yet, and on turn 5, like it's out there for 2 turns on the field, then you could activate it and then trigger 2 random or 3 random cards to get +2 or whatever, as an example. So yeah, that's the new function with Activate. But for the most part, that's the only other thing new when it comes to that. Sorry that it took this long to explain everything, but yeah, a lot of stuff happened with everything here. So let's just get started. Let's start with our first match. We're gonna do 3 matches and then move on to the next archetype, and we'll go on according and stuff. So Monster Metropolis or Monster Island, was it always, I swear, was there a Monster Metropolis? I don't recall. So as I mentioned, turn 1 I usually play Maria Hill so I could get a guaranteed 2-cost card, even though I got Cable in my hand. But if I do want the option, Havoc isn't really helpful, like I said, because I get the option whether I use them or not. But Havoc, after each turn you lose 1 max energy, and this gains +4 power. This could bite you in the ass, so I'm not going to use them. Maybe turn 6, if the case is necessary. Mad Matt, you have... Is that Howard the Duck? What I could do is... I could try to predict you going here and play Agent 13 here. He didn't play any cards at all. Okay, I was trying to predict with Mantis and stuff. Lady Deathstrike. Okay, well that's fine if you don't play anything. He's gonna play a little bit later. Add a random card to each player's hand. Okay. So, he has 6 cards in his deck, right? So when we play Cable over here right now, you'll see for yourself, because it's not in between turns yet to draw a card, so you'll see for yourself that is 6 cards. Then we get a card from his deck. Then it's down to 5, as you can see. So it's Luke Cage, so it could be a hazmat deck of some kind. I'm gonna play Captain Marvel here, because in the case that it produces more points, it could fly somewhere else if it really needs it. Honestly, it's in my best interest to kill Wong, because he might actually try to go for the hazmat combo, because he could go for like Mystique into hazmat and then turn 6 Odin. So I might want to take, like, I would like to use Nick Fury right now, but we'll get to show that soon anyway. I think it's worth if I do this. If I kill Wong, we'll take that away. And I go first, so he's definitely gonna try to do that. Let's take Wong out. Hazmat. Try to reduce that. Medusa. Okay, that's interesting. And it would have said the ability twice as well. America Chavez, you turn... What? Do you learn nothing? You're not supposed to show up at turn 6? Or before or after? You're 1 energy now. Do your job, America. That's not supposed to be a statement. Let's see. What could I do here? I want to... I want to split this apart. Well, I could do that with this too, but... I feel like I'll win if I do that. Let's play Nick Fury here and Havoc here. Okay, so you're going that side. I probably should have snapped, dude, honestly. And then Havoc. Forge. See if Oli, bro. Matt did not do math. What the fuck? Why did he only go to that area? He might have gave up, or is a bot I'm playing against. Well, that's game 1-1. Yeah, I definitely should have snapped, but that's fine. Captain Bismo, let's get crazy. Creeze? The fuck that say? Creeze. That's weird. 9 cards, 3 cards in your hand. Alright, let's play Agent 13. I haven't really shown off Captain Marvel too well, so there is that. So, as you can see, 7 cards in their deck. So when we use Cable, we're gonna see the difference here. Hold on. 6 cards. Boom. So we actually end up stealing this card. And I was just mentioning about Forge and America Chavez and everything. I just hope I don't lose this section, but I could try to buff this up for Hala. There we go. They might get intimidated because I don't think they realize that they can't win there. Just in case, I'm just gonna play Devil Dinosaur here. I don't want them to die. They could easily like put something here in a Maximus and that would wreck my shit. But I don't think they have that hindsight. Iron Lad. Forgot it's 4 points. I thought I was like ready for 3 and shit. Okay. Captain Marvel. I I'm just gonna play this. Just see what I could get. But that's what I'm talking about, is a better fluidity, because I always end up with 4 cards on turn 5, and on turn 6 I got 7 cards. Like, that's what I mean by this whole thing. It's just better structured. It flows better and everything. Because as opposed to the other one, for the Devil Dinosaur deck, like, it's just... I just hope not to get too many Sentinels or fill up too soon, and now I can't draw anymore. There's a good chance I'm gonna lose this area. Like, I could just put Devil Dinosaur here. Well, then he put 2 Ant-Mans. So maybe it is worth if I play it here. Yeah, let's just do it. It's domination, really. It's not worth going to the cloning vaults, even if I win, because it'll be 17 power, but this is like a +1 Ant-Man because of Blue Marvel, and so it's gonna be like +5, so he'll have 7/7. Like, that's a lot of power. Another fucking Ant-Man there? Holy shit. And a Punisher. Mr. Sinister, okay, I guess he's just using all his resources. Alright. Double fist for you. And yeah, 2-1. I would show it better, but you know, that is what it is. Yeah, let's do one more game. Like, there's been 2 people giving up and shit. Or maybe I should do 2 more games after this. I don't know. What does this say? Bestins? Besting? How the fuck you say your name? No earrings near Magneto. Yeah, it's recommended to not do that. Manta's here. I want to show off Cable as well. It's another thing. So yeah, there's that. Asgard. Let's play Maria Hill here, just in case it's like Death's Domain or Sanctuary. I just hope it's not Space Throne, but I might be able to at least get Maria Hill out of there, I hope. They're playing 2 cards. What do you guys have? Is it a movement deck? Or no. Oh, it is. I only said that because I saw Craven, but that was randomly generated. It might actually be a movement deck. Or a Phoenix Force deck. Oh, this is some balls, dude. Why they really had to put Kunlun here, dude? Fuck. Alright, let's put Craven there. Oh, that's not good. Alright, Craven there. I think I should put Captain Marvel in the middle. This is gonna suck, dude. Silk is gonna get so much power. She's gonna be flying everywhere. Oh, this is not good. I just straight up lose this game. Okay, as long as you don't fly a Kunlun, I'm fine. Oh, I need an area changer. Give me Scarlet Witch. Okay, at least we got Cable, so we get to show what we got. Turn 5. Okay, that's fine. So as you can see, his 2 cards in his deck that's remaining. So he has all the cards in the world right now. So when I play Cable, you shall see for yourself the turn. So I'm gonna try to point it out. So yeah, it outright steals the card. It's rather weird, but it is the case. I honestly don't know how much I'm gonna skip this video, if any. But I know I have other matches in the archives from past matches that I had with these decks. So we'll see how well it goes. I'm waiting on you, mate. Yeah, there we go. Cloak. Oh, that's so annoying. Dagger. Okay. Okay, and it's getting some shits from us. And then there's Silk. Some more shits from me. 21 power. This is so unfair. I got another Craven. So I got 1. And if I check again, it's 0. I should have checked it beyonds ago, but shit. Let's put Craven in the middle. Let's just put Captain Marvel here. Might as well put Agent Coulson here. I probably shouldn't do that, but that's okay. Let's put Nick Fury here, and that's all I could do. So I'm just gonna get more power for these guys. And then Kraven there. So hopefully that should get it strong enough. Heimdall. You're playing Heimdall now? Oh, woo 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 woo! Oh god, this deck is gonna be so strong. So again, with Captain Marvel, is Captain Marvel take into account Kraven's ability? Because if there's a situation where the gap is smaller, would it take it into account? I don't know. Oh no. I'm gonna put... Oh, the Silk's gonna be a fucking issue. I'm gonna put Agent 13 here and Devil Dinosaur here. And then we'll give an opening space to however the fuck they're gonna move, because they could use a Doctor Strange or whatnot. I'm snapping. I am snapping, dude. Oh, hold on. Yeah! Full force! Full send it! Full send it, turn 7. Full send it, turn 7. Wow, that almost sounded like it rhymed. I knew it was Doctor Strange, you fucking... You bastard. You bastard, you killed my monster. Oh shit. Oh god. What does this mean? Oh. I don't... I think I lost, bro. Shit. Oh, I hate this. No. What the fuck? Where did Makari come from? Shit. I hated that. I have no choice but to give him this. I have to. I just have to. Oh, I hated that. Damn it. Alright. Okay, so now on to S.H.I.E.L.D 2. I'll be right back in a second. Alright, so now I just had to reset my recording and everything because it's been pretty close to an hour. I really don't know if I did anything with that. But yeah, S.H.I.E.L.D 2, let's take a look at the deck. Again, these are alternate choices since it's related to the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I feel like it's appropriate to give Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. characters, just like Hawkeye, you know, just like Falcon. I think he's considered one. Captain America worked closely to them. And Goose, who's like Captain Marvel's cat. And like I said, I feel like Captain Marvel is pretty associated with Nick Fury and the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. You know, they were there in the 90s together. But yeah, these cards right here, I would say, like I said, keep 3. So I kept Agent 13, Maria Hill, and Black Widow to show them off. And besides all these other cards, just like the S.H.I.E.L.D. one, because I should probably point this out if I could fucking find it. The S.H.I.E.L.D. one, half is Devil Dinosaur, the other half is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But you could imagine a scenario where like Nick Fury is trying to recruit, you know, besides the Avengers, there's like other characters that he's trying to get help from or like scout out. So like Cable's from the future, America's from a different dimension and shit like that. Mantis is literally from space because she's an alien. And you could imagine a Jurassic Park scenario where Devil Dinosaur is in a metal shutter and everything, and they unlock him like a T-Rex that he is. So yeah, I can imagine that. I feel like Moon Girl should be next to Devil Dinosaur to calm him down and shit, but you can definitely imagine him in the helicarrier. But in the case with S.H.I.E.L.D 2, it's a bit harder to explain because Angela kind of looks left field and everything, but to be fair, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. deals with characters like Thor, who doesn't fit in at all because he's fucking random Asgardian Viking god. So there's that. But you know, there's of course 2 X-Men characters and whatnot, and a multi-dimensional baby shark to. But yeah, let's get started by talking about Angela first, because we talked about her in the last episode. After you play a card here, +1 power, 2 energy, 3 power card. She had a bit of a journey going back and forth, being a spectrum between 2 energy with 0 power, 1 power, 2 power, and now 3 power, not in that order at all, but it's been varied with like after you play a card here, +1 power, because it used to be +2 power in some cases in some variants. So there is that, and I finally got myself the chibi form. Now the way Angela works is that she has 3 open spaces. So let's assume Angela's right here. When you fill in the 3 spaces, that's 4 power, 5 power, and 6 power to fill in with that because of her ability. But there's other cases too that certain cards can move and go somewhere else, or sometimes they die because of Killmonger because I'm playing 1-cost cards, or whatever the reason is. That could be an open space. So like if one card decides to go somewhere else, that's an open space for that. 7 power. Or like I said, Killmonger kills something, or Elektra or whoever has another open space. Like 5, well I can't do math, 8 power. And yeah, that could keep on going, and there's certain cards like Beast, who I showed off in the last episode, that could take cards back, and then Angela keeps that power and you could just replay them again. And that's 3 more spots that they could have. Angela could go all the way up to 13 power theoretically, maybe even more than that, you know, whatever. That's just a theory and everything. I think the best card variation that I've seen from Angela is like 2 energy 2 power with +2. I don't know if that existed or if it was just 2 energy 1 power with +2, but it was fucking strong and everything. And the purpose of the Devil Dinosaur deck from the last episode is because besides getting more cards and more cards to Fuel Devil Dinosaur, I do need other cards in the back to be the strength pretty much early game and everything. And with these other cards that are like provided with Agent 13 and Maria Hill that's just doing minor stuff, these are 1-cost cards that's gonna fuel Angela that could just keep on playing over and over again. So that's pretty much the case when it comes to that. But yeah, she could be very, very powerful. Along with Angela though, I like to play Nightcrawler alongside her to help support and stuff. My laptop is freaking out over here. But yeah, Nightcrawler, extremely helpful. So in the case of that same scenario, if Angela's here and Nightcrawler goes in there to support her and stuff, that gives her power, and then Nightcrawler could go somewhere else. And a lot of the time I like to put Nightcrawler, and like there's other cards too that could do this job, like, you know, Nocturne and Vision and stuff like that could go somewhere else, or just reach other places like Mr. Fantastic or Miss Marvel and stuff like that. Nightcrawler could reach those unreachable areas like Sanctuary and Death's Domain and stuff. You know, of course you can't land there or else Nightcrawler's gonna die, but yeah, you'd be surprised how helpful Nightcrawler is. And this is like the background and card I chose because the holographic side just doesn't make sense and look as good. Even though this one's gold, it still looks more appropriate with the backdrop and everything being black. So yeah, hence the name Nightcrawler. So yeah, that's the power of Nightcrawler. He's for supporting Angela and other cards, surprisingly. Alright, let's start this in order now. Ant-Man, 1 energy, 1 power, ongoing if your side of this location is full, +4 power. It used to be +3, they changed it to +4 to make him stronger and everything, making him 1 energy and 5 power. And a lot of people needs to pay attention when Ant-Man is being used, because a lot of people that are playing Ant-Man are in the hopes that you'll forget about him. A lot of the cases they don't, like they're pretty, you know, understanding and comprehensive that the fact that Ant-Man will gain more power if they fill the area up, so they'll try to do something about it. Because just like Quinjet, the counter to it is like Rogue, for example, to try to take that power away and, you know, use it for themselves to get that +4. Or in the cases of the double ongoing, it could be pretty devastating to get another +4 power, making it 1 and 9. So yeah, it can be really strong and really threatening to have. So it's a pretty good 1-cost card, I would say. The next card, Hawkeye, 1 energy, 1 power. On reveal, if you play a card at this location next turn, +3 power. I don't remember if it was ever +2 or if it was always +3, but this can be very helpful, being 1 energy, 4 power, because in a variety like a bounce deck, which is what we're doing, just like in Archetype 2 in the last episode, whenever I don't know what the fuck that came from. Whenever you use like Beast, like I kept mentioning, he bring the Hawkeye back, he'll keep that 4 power on there. It's not just like a one-time thing where he goes back to 1/1. He becomes 1 energy, 4 power. Turn 3, you could play him again, and +3 power again, he'll be 1/7, and you could do that a 3rd time if you can. Like on turn 5, do that. Turn 6, you play it again, boom. So he could theoretically be a 13 power Hawkeye by the end of this. So yeah, he's gonna be a pretty good threat, or I guess 10 power. Yeah, 10 power, some shit like that. Unless you're able to summon twice. I just don't know how you would do it, because it can be very, very tricky. In the case though, Kitty Pryde also serves for the bounce deck variety, 1 energy, 1 power. I don't know if she was ever 1 and 2, but when this returns to your hand, plus 1 power returns at the start of each turn. I'm pretty sure at some point it was plus 2 power for here at least, but they nerfed it to plus 1. For a good reason, because she can be very devastating. A lot of people like to use Kitty Pryde on like Shuri's Lab to double it as much as possible, or hook it up with the Hulkbuster. Something like that, they'll gain it power upon entry, just like similar to Deadpool, but for the bounce variety. I would say the con is you have to watch out whenever you're getting 7 cards, and like, you know, if you play Agent Coulson when you need a free space for Kitty Pryde to gain power, if you fill up your hand back, if you fill your hand full, then you can't have any place for Kitty Pryde to return to. So just keep that in mind, because if she doesn't come back, she's not gonna gain any power. And obviously the obvious case of Killmonger, if you're going up against a destruction deck, more likely they'll have Killmonger and they could kill Kitty Pryde without a problem. So just watch out for that. It's just really hard to work around that is the thing. So you might have to have other cards to support Kitty Pryde. I forgot what that one card's name, but it's the one that protects 1-cost cards and 6-cost cards. It's highly recommended because you're gonna see a lot of Killmongers, because there's a lot of destruction decks. But yeah, we already covered Agent 13 and Maria Hill. Let's talk about Goose, the cat that's you know, an animal named after another animal. It's not the first time, because Donkey Kong exists, being, you know, a monkey or ape or whatever, and being named after a donkey is rather weird. Anyway, Goose, ongoing. Nobody can play cards that cost 4, 5, or 6 here, and it's fun to play with. It's not fun going up against. There's been times where you could shut people out with Goose alone, especially if you have more than 1 Goose. I don't know if it's geese in this case, but the more Goose or geese that you have on the field, the worse for your opponent, because, you know, they're gonna have 4 or 5 or 6 cost cards, because, you know, some people could be very greedy and everything. But Goose is for the intention, like, for you to have your 1, 2, and 3 cards for that lane to outpower your opponent. So you just have to keep that in mind. So yeah, it can be really devastating and hard if you don't go according. Because if you haven't noticed, all these cards, like, I don't have a 4, 5, or 6 cost card. So that's the thing about it. I could use all these cards along with Goose if I want to. But, you know, just keep in mind, because, you know, Agent 13 might pull something a little bit more, or like, I don't know. There's still cases where, you know, people could go around this. You know, Dr. Doom could still send his Doombot over to you, or like certain other cards could go under the threshold. Like if it's a 4-cost card with the Zabu, they could go in there because they're considered a 3-cost card now. Or like anybody with the Quinjet as well could go under here with the threshold of being 4 to turn it to 3, stuff like that. So just keep that in mind, that you're not immune to everything. There can be rule breakers afoot. So Falcon, on reveal, return your 1-cost card to your hand. 2 power, 3, 2 energy, 3 power. I said that backwards. Falcon is just used for his ability and ability alone. Since we got half our deck being 1-cost cards, it is for the purpose of building up Angela and also for the purpose of building up Hawkeye. So in a way it's support, but at the same time not really. The main issue I've come across with Falcon is the problem that if Falcon doesn't show up until late game, he becomes basically worthless, because he is not all that helpful for shit at turn 6 or something. What the fuck am I gonna do turn 6 or even turn 5 when Hawkeye is not gonna be able to get that extra turn to get that buff? Where at turn 6, like, I'm not gonna return my 1-cost cards if I've been building them up, because then I won't have half my cards on the field to, you know, put the numbers up. So it's become this awkward situation where I have Falcon doing this and it's just for no purpose. So if Falcon shows up late, The worst case scenario, if Falcon shows up early, then good. That's why some people would say that Beast is a little bit better. So yeah, I don't remember if I had Falcon in the last episode. I'm pretty sure I just used Beast. But Falcon is the alternative. So it's just, up to your decision whether you think he's better or worse. But yeah, along with Falcon, I'm pretty sure I got him new. Because Maria Hill was new, because I remember talking about her last episode. But besides that, we also got Jeff, who is just a 2-energy Nightcrawler, basically. It's kind of funny that there's these moving cards just like Nocturne and Vision, that they're all kind of variants of their own right. But the multi-dimensional Baby Shark I already made that joke. You can move this once, nothing can stop you from moving or playing this to any location. 3 power card. What is he eating? Is that, I don't know. Bunch of junk food, I'm sure. So the difference between Jeff and Nightcrawler, because yes, I have Jeff to support Angela and other cards and reach those unreachable areas, but Jeff could go to Death's Domain without dying, and as an example, and he could go anywhere, really. Like, I don't know how much change Professor X had, but in the past, when he is played, he just shuts down the location and no cards get entered, just period. Except for Jeff. Jeff could just go in there, go in between the chair and his legs and just smile at him and say hi and stuff. Jeff doesn't give a shit. I think nowadays though, Professor X's ability is like allows certain movement cards to go there. I'm just not sure which ones quite yet. I'll try to read it if I see it, but yeah. It's the same case for the Space Throne. It's meant for one card. If you somehow got your card stuck there and then the other person is winning, you could literally put Jeff in the Space Throne along with the other card. That Space Throne is meant for one card, and Jeff makes it so it's just a 2-card thing. Like, he is a rule breaker, just like how he's hanging out with Gwenpool and stuff. He's fourth wall breaking. It is pretty insane, all these situations that Jeff could go into, and he could go anywhere he wants. So yeah, literally nobody could stop him. Not a damn thing, really. So yeah, it's pretty interesting enough. The only thing that could stop him is just a filled-in area and food, apparently. But yeah, that is the power of Jeff. And he had his own Shark Week the other week. I mean, currently I'm recording in the end of August, and it happened last week. So yeah, you'll probably see this video, it's September at some point. So yeah, so it would be 2 weeks ago that Jeff NATO week happened or whatever. So yeah, it was pretty good for the most part. But yeah, we already covered Black Widow. Now it's time for Captain America. 3 energy, 3 power. Ongoing. Your other ongoing cards here have +2 power. The ability change, and I would say for the worse, because the ongoing used to be your other cards here has +2 power. So let's presume again that these 4 cards here has Captain America in it, whatever position you may think so. Other cards here would have +2 except for Captain America, and then that would benefit you. That would be a 6+ thing. But now they change it to just ongoing, so only specifically ongoing cards around this spot from the other 3 cards would be affected by this ability. And I think that's worse because, he used to be a reverse Punisher, but now it's like, oh, this card might be ongoing, but not these 2 other cards, so it's just +2 for him. So I don't know why they did that. It was fine the way it was, but it's whatever the case. When I had Captain America, I didn't have the ability in mind, so literally the only ongoing cards that I have to use Captain America's ability is Ant-Man and Goose. So that's pretty much it, I would say. Like, I would regularly take Captain America out, but since he's associated with the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is the reason why I have him in Archetype 2. So yeah, I don't know, it's pretty much a flaw. But other than that, that's the power of Captain America. And I'm not gonna lie to you, with Archetype 2, I've been struggling the most with this, but that's the same case for Archetype 2 in the last episode. I struggled with it quite a bit. But yeah, these are alternate choices, and with Archetype 2, again, with alternate choices, like, you know, you could swap them in or out. And even though it is an archetype on itself, being a bounce deck, with the last episode and this episode, the purpose last episode is to keep these cards in your hand. Like, you know, if you have a Devil Dinosaur in your deck or something and you have Kitty Pryde, you can still gain that power by having her back, even though she's gonna stay there at turn 6. But, you know, that's just an example. For this case, it is a bounce deck, but it's also for the purpose of, like, being Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and whatnot. But yeah, you'll see me struggle in a little bit. I struggle with this deck quite a bit. Travis, did that say pants? What did that say? Pants. Yeah, it did say pants, indeed. Kitty Pryde, let's do it. I might actually be interested in putting some cards in the Tarnax 4 or whatever. Or is it pronounced a Tarnax IV? So yeah, it's Sunspot. Sunspot could be in a variety of decks. So it's not the most helpful thing in the world. Oh, Goose. Shit. See, Angela would be perfect. Then I could play Goose here. And then he's shut off. Let's, Kitty Pryde. I might as well put Maria Hill here. Why not? My batteries are still currently dying. There we go. Swarm. Are you a discard deck? Or what the fuck are you? I got Zabu, but not a 4-cost card, so it's kind of meh, honestly. Okay. Kitty Pryde, Goose. I'll just put Goose now so you can't fucking do anything. Blade. That still might be a problem because he could play Hela anywhere else and all the cards that she wants in the Nexus could possibly be there, even with Goose in it. So that sucks. That really sucks. Kitty Pryde. Let's put Black Widow here. Could I please get, like, Angela next turn, please? Or Hawkeye or some shit so I actually could do stuff? It's too late by the time I get Hawkeye. He's just gonna get 4 power. Fuck. See, that's the thing about Hawkeye. It's a 2-turn step. Ooh. Ooh. That's kind of pointless because they don't have a destroy anything, so... why? Why is it doing it so late? Oh, I really need this next card, dude. Sucks. Kitty Pryde. Shit. Zabu. And I got no choice. I have to put Jeff here. Dude. Please. I should have... No, hold on. Let me undo that. I can't undo that. Fuck, it's too late. Okay, Yellow Jacket. Oh, bruh. Oh, bruh. Bruh. That is fucking hot cross buns. I didn't get Angela. I didn't get Hawkeye. Like, what am I supposed to do? Kitty Pryde, Jeff, Ant-Man. Shit, Falcon would be pointless. This is what I'm talking about. Falcon. On your left, bro. On your left, dude. Do your job. I got no choice but to play these cards. Shit. Okay, well, is it Hela? I'm assuming it's Hela that you played. Come on. Nova. Uh-oh. Take that, Morbius. Oh, Apocalypse. Ah, well, I shut him off. That's good. See, look at that. I showed a good example. I swear he was gonna play Hela, though. That was my concern. Oh, I hated that. Yeah, I've been going back and forth with the mid-70s for a while. Like, well, that and 76. So yeah, not the best of luck at the Archetype 2. But I'm trying. I am trying. It's just not enough power and no reliability. because I'm relying on like basically 3 cards all the time, and one or the other doesn't show up, and Kitty Pryde, it doesn't get strong enough. That's why she needs a +2, but I know why. I understand why they don't do that. So there's that. These squirrels doesn't fucking help either, by the way. Central Park, that's annoying. The raft. Oh, I could do the raft. The raft is good. Kitty Pryde, Agent 13. Give me something good. It's a fucking destruction deck. Crap, they're gonna have Killmonger. I got Wolverine of my own. That's good. Okay. Let's just play with Goose. That's not for the best. I mean, if they play Killmonger, that's... Oh, Taskmaster is officially 6 now? I thought that was gonna be a future update. I didn't think it already happened. Interesting. I think this is best case scenario. It being from the raft, and then I could double play it like a negative, like a Mr. Negative deck. That's pretty beneficial. Angela, it's at turn 4. If I get Falcon, then I could support this. Let's see here. Let's put Hawkeye here then. Kitty Pryde here. The problem is right now with Taskmaster, it's not gonna get all that much power. Hence why, like, I'm lacking in power. You see what I'm talking about? Unless I copy Kitty Pryde at the end of all this. Oi! This is a pickle. This is a pickle, it is. Jeff, Kitty Pryde, Black Widow. I almost completely forgot about. I almost completely forgot about Hawkeye. That would have been bad. I haven't seen Captain America in like a long time, it feels like. Oh shit. Oh no, that's fine. You could kill that fucking squirrel. I didn't like that squirrel anyway. Taking my nuts and shit. In that order, dude. Alright, there you go. I actually faced KC before, I think. I don't know if it's a bot or not, though. Ooh, Falcon. No, but... I don't know if it's pointless or not. Let's put Jeff here. Yeah, it's pointless to do it, because if I play him out turn 7, it's gonna try to get the boost, and it's not going to. Unless I'm just not playing him right. I don't fucking know if there's a better method on producing Hawkeye. Maybe Hawkeye needs both Beast and Falcon or something. That's probably for the best. Kitty Pryde, Wolverine, and maybe not Wolverine. Let's put Maria Hill just so I could see what I could get. Oh, I could get rid of the squirrels, obviously. Oh, no. Oh, it's too late. Why do I... That's the second time that happened. Bucky Barnes. Interesting. Oh, Nimrod, bro. Why? Okay. 7 power, last turn. So, what I could do... It's got a Venom, Nimrod's got a spread. It's keeping this spot open, so Nimrod's gonna go over here. There's a good chance that maybe something like a Deadlock will try to break... Well, no, it's probably just gonna go for 1 Nimrod. Shit. This is 6 power, it didn't do any buffs. Kitty Pryde, should I put it here just to outsource it? Or is that not a good idea? I don't know. Nimrod's gonna go over here anyway. It's gonna be 14 if it goes here, but if I have 7, it'll be 12. It's gonna outnumber me anyway. So let's try to go here. Fuck. And might as well put Wolverine, I guess. This is gonna suck, dude. Oh god. Oh, death? Oh yeah, it's 0 or less than 4. Fuck. It didn't do either of those things. Oh, look at that. Hey. I thought for sure he was gonna Venom or some shit to get Nimrod to the outside. I didn't even consider Wolverine. Cause Wolverine could have went in the, well, I mean, he could only go in the middle. Huh. I don't know. That was interesting. Okay, let me put a good old Mecha Devil Dinosaur for ya. I don't know if I should do like the classic dragon sound. I mean, you probably already heard it, but you know, like the classic dragon sound that they always play in like Power Rangers and other shows and stuff. Or if I should do the dragon sound like how Bowser, you know, screams in Mario Kart. One of the two. Maybe I'll mix it up. I'm not sure. Gigantor? Okay. Oh, yes, I want that. I require that. Injected in my veins. I always, like, well, I don't know about nowadays, but back then, I tried to prioritize, like, going into the Gamma Lab, but with just 3 of them, because back then I would use an Iron Man, and then I would play Iron Man and then triple it. And there's also a chance that they would save a Shang-Chi. The collector's so useful here. I'm sorry, Goose, you're gonna have to turn into a Hulk, though. Oh, brother. Bro, Blade just killed a cow? I mean, it was a vampire cow, so I guess that's fine. Ah. Okay. Let's just put Black Widow here. That's fine. I think these other cards are like super valuable for me not to kill. So there's that. 2 cards in your hand? Okay, turn 4. Ah, my mouse. Okay, my mouse is running out of battery. Let's collector. Let's put you here. See, he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care that it's small. He'll fit right in. That's what I'm talking about with Jeff. It was Shark Week for Jeff. You might have did that too soon, champ. Oh, that's all the cards you got. Oh, well, never mind. Hawkeye. Captain America, I guess. There's like no brain power into that either. My Hulkified Goose on the other. I could move Jeff if I want to. I don't want to. Dude, this is a terrible hand that I have. No, but if I do that, no. Fucking A, dude. This sucks. Please don't. What do you have? Morbius? Oh, I won! What? Dude, this discarder did not discard enough. This has +2. You only discarded 2 cards? What the fuck? I got nervous for a second because sometimes I'd be seeing like 10 power Morbiuses. Holy shit. So I cut a few times, but like the last 2 matches was indeed back to back, and I would have done the 3rd match whether I won or lost or whatever, unless it was a boring match. But literally the guy was AFK because I played for the first 2 turns and he took forever and he just didn't play anything. So I guess he was AFK and they just like logged him out, so he surrendered. So yeah, nothing happened is the reason why I skipped. So you'll notice just 1 point from my level 74 or whatever it is. Let's play Hawkeye, Kitty Pryde. Hawkeye, Kitty Pryde. That's like a team name. It doesn't make jack shit sense, but it's interesting. Very interesting. I could take this rock away. Oh, and these squirrels away. So my whole hand could be filled up with fucking squirrels. Isn't that delightful? Fucking pointless and delightfulness. Let's put Kitty Pryde here. So here's the problem. Like I said, Kitty Pryde is not gonna get power in the next turn because I'm about to adopt many fucking squirrels right now, and I don't think I'm even gonna get Hawkeye in here. Oh no, I did. All right, nice, nice. I don't know why I said it like that. See, Kitty Pryde can't get in there. You know, isn't examples great? Examples are great, aren't they? Good thing is I could copy Hawkeye now. I kind of want Goose on this side. Why did this squirrel? Why did these two squirrels stay? What the fuck? Shit. Might as well put this shit back at the well, no, you know what? Ant-Man here. I think that's a better idea. So I can at least get a copy of Ant-Man. Do you have a Nihilus to try to destroy your -8? I hate how clusterfuck this game is. I don't like the amount of shit that's on screen that's not even ours. You know what I mean? Turn 5. Let's play Hawkeye here. Might as well play in. I didn't even get a copy of Hawkeye. Oh no, I did. I just played him. False alarm. Let's see here. It's worth doing that, yeah. Kitty Pryde. And I might as well see what card I should get with that. See, this whole situation benefits me the most. You better not fucking. Ooh! Ooh, I locked them out! Holy shit! Oh, it's overtime! It's turbo time! Oh, that's so great. I locked them out and the asset got stuck. Wow, that sounds like a very trippy sentence. Oh, that's so dope. Interesting. Okay. Okay, I like this. Let's put Ant-Man. Okay, so it's gonna be +3. It'll be 10, and then yeah, that should be over that. I could put Kitty Pryde on this side, and then put Kitty Pryde on this side. Look at all the ones, excluding Okoye. But yeah, I'm gonna snap. He's got a Nihilus, but it's still gonna be 4 power. Like, he doesn't win in that location regardless. This spot, he could win, but we'll see. Let's see. Overtime! No! No! It's turbo time! Ah. There we go, Nihilus, there he is. It's too bad for you, mate. Ah. That's a good ol' mighty, good ol'. Hold on, just wait for it. Cheeky thumbs up for ya. And Mecha Devil Dinosaur. I can't do that sound. It's turbo time. Nice. Alright, look at that. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Oh, and 3 out of 4. I still haven't done it yet. But now it's time for Archetype 3. Let's go do it and edit it a little bit. So I will mention again that the secret videos at the end that will have the outro. The reason I'm saying that is because, like I said, Archetype 2 is keep 3 and Archetype 3 is replace 3. So I'm replacing 3, except I'm already breaking my rule because I'm pointing this out now. but there's certain cards that I've used and well, you'll see for yourself in a second. Hang on, let me just like complete this deck so you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. White Widow is going to be inserted in there along with Valentina, who's going to be inserted in here, and along with another card. Right quick, hold on, let's just do this right quick. Mockingbird are the 3 cards I've been waiting for the video after January and February. Like, they keep adding cards that I looked it up, and all these 3 members been in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But this isn't the complete deck and everything, so you'll see for yourself that Captain Marvel I've actually replaced in this case, but instead put Crossbones, who I didn't make a fucking variant, but here we go. This is the complete deck that I've been using for the past 9 months. This is the perfect deck of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I'm not going to be using it this time because, like I said, it's replaced 3, but you know, this is the ideal deck. So Devil Dinosaur is going to be in place instead of we had her a second ago, if I could fucking find her. Where is she? Captain Marvel. So, yeah, because it was a bit awkward, because really I replaced it with these 3 cards and Crossbones, but Captain Marvel's in the place of Devil Dinosaur. If you want to see the perfected Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. deck that has been using for 9 straight months, look at the secret video, because I played it in there, and that's when I made the decision that maybe I should add Captain Marvel in there, because literally all these characters could be considered part of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Maybe debatably not Captain Marvel, but White Widow was a part of it at one point, and so was Valentina. If anything, Nick Fury's love interest was Valentina and all that, and Mockingbird, clearly, if you couldn't tell with the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. logo in the background, she was a member too. And I know what you're thinking with Crossbones, but if you saw in the movies, he was an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. member first, even though he was secretly for Hydra. He was a part of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and stuff. But yeah, let's cover the cards, shall we? Starting with White Widow. On reveal, add a Widow's Kiss to your opponent's side of dislocation. It's 2 energy, 2 power, and what a Widow's Kiss is, it just feels like I'm talking like a baby. What a Widow's Kiss is what you do over here. Is this Widow's Kiss. 0 energy, 0 power, but don't let that fool you. Ongoing, this has -3 power. Disable this ability if your site of dislocation is full. In the beginning of the game when it was introduced with this card, it was -4 on this, and you would see 0, -4 on here, but it changed it to 0, -3. It doesn't really make a difference because if you fill dislocation up, it will be 0, 0. But this part of the power and energy has not changed. It's 2 energy, 2 power. White Widow is surprisingly helpful, and unlike Black Widow, because for Black Widow, when she puts a Widow Bite into their opponent's hand, then it gets sent out to the field, but not all the time. For this case with White Widow, when she does a Widow's Kiss, it's already on the field. You shoot it out to the field and you clog that location up. And there's so many cases where White Widow did so much work, whether it's Karmatage where she shoots 2 Widow Bites, or even Sinister London where she locks out a location, or even when there's already 3 cards in there, you could lock them out and still win that with, you know, because there's other turns, so you could just outpower that place. This has so much clogging potential, it is crazy. And even in an ongoing location that doubles it, so they'll see like -6, some people don't realize that you could just clog that location to like just get it to 0 and it won't be that big of a deal. It's just kind of like an empty threat. But people get intimidated and just flat out give up that location. So yeah, White Widow does really crazy work. I forgot what it's called, the Sinister Lab or some shit, the red area that copies like 4 other cards. I usually play White Widow there to like lock out that location, so it's all 0, and then I just win because all the White Widows outnumber it. Or even a Space Throne where it's just 1 card, and then I just use White Widow and then just shoot the thing and it just gets stuck and I just win that location. There's so many cases where White Widow just easily wins it, where I kind of consider this one of the best 2-cost cards in the game. So yeah, it is that damn good. In some cases too, like Maria Hill produces a 2-cost card and I get 2 White Widows and stuff. But yeah, that's the power of White Widow. Valentina, on the other hand, 2 energy, 3 power. With Valentina here, like I said, is the love interest of Nick Fury. She turned to the dark side basically and now is out for revenge on him, which is why she assembled the Thunderbolts, because you saw her in the, Falcon and the Winter Soldier trying to recruit others with US Agent, which I looked up. US Agent was never part of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D, surprisingly enough. But yeah, unrevealed, add a random 6-cost card to your hand, give it -2 cost and -3 power. So as an example, as I used an example before with Dr. Doom normally is 6 energy with 5 power, with the ability of putting Doombots in the 2 other locations with 5 power as long as there's an open location. So in this case with Valentina, that means that Dr. Doom will be like 4 energy with 2 power, because you take 2 costs from it from 6 to 4, -3, from 5 to 2. So it's very helpful when you have Quinjet, making it a 3 energy card, so that's as soon as you could play that 6-cost cards. There's so many cases where you could play that at turn 3, and it really does a number, and you kind of see the developer's mind when it comes to like reducing costs and reducing power with it, because it really does wonders. Because even with Dr. Doom being 2 power and it's not that big of a deal, the Doombots remain the same. It is 5 power for both the Doombots, and it's the same case for Ultron or any other cards that have like the extra entities. For Ultron, the drones are still 2 power. In case you guys didn't know, it had to change because the drone was 1 power before, but now yeah, it's 2 power now. And there's other cards that don't kind of laugh at the change. Like, it is the most I use Infinauts in my lifetime ever since I got Valentina, because it's getting like 4 energy, 17 power. It's still fucking strong as hell, and I get to skip a turn and use Infinite and get free 17 points is completely massive. And Valentina makes it so much more like tempo and momentum and pacing, where it's just perfection, where I would say that this deck, excluding Captain Marvel, put Devil Dinosaur, makes it so much more better pacing and stuff, where like by turn 5 I got 4 cards and turn 6 I got 7 cards or 6 cards or whatever. But Valentina makes it easy to outpower your opponent's cards early game, and Nick Fury does it at the end game. It is pretty crazy how that works. But yeah, we already covered Captain Marvel and stuff. Crossbones is an interesting card because it is 4 energy, 10 power, but the catch is you could only play this at locations where you are winning. So just keep that in mind, because you might see this as a negative thing, and it is kind of it's kind of a mentality thing with this Crossbones character as well. I feel like it applies to other cards more than specifically this one, but it's always going to go to the winning side. But it is with this allegiance to Hydra regardless. But yeah, it is from its Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. origins pretty much, to then betray it and never coming back really. But yeah, 10 power, and usually the 4 cost cards always have a catch, so like it's always recommended that Crossbones would be in a Bass deck. Fun fact for you guys, when I played at January, and before Valentina and Mockingbird and White Widow was introduced, I had other cards in mind. Mr. Fantastic being one of them synergizes pretty well with Crossbones because he spreads into 2 other areas, and most cases are not, the opponent has not covered all his bases, so there's one area where I'm winning, and by turn 4 I could play Crossbones for free. And then there's other cases too where like Spider Ham turns other cards into a pig and it removes your ability. Since this is a negative ability, now I could play Crossbones as a pig for free with 4 energy 10 power, and with Quinjet it makes it 3 energy 10 power because the pig is a new entity in Quinjet's eyes. You know, not that it's a jet with eyeballs or lack of eyeballs. I mean, he is technically a skull, kind of, so I don't know. But yeah, that's the power of Crossbones. Mockingbird is a very interesting card to discuss. 6 energy, 10 power. With the power of Mockingbird, it just sounds like I'm saying the power of Pine Sol, baby. Cost 1 less for each of your cards in play that didn't start in your deck. So, along with all these other cards that Agent 13 produced, Maria Hill, Valentina, Agent Coulson, and even Nick Fury, whenever it's on the field, it would account for all those cards to reduce his energy down, and that's really massive. But it doesn't just stop there. It doesn't stop on all the cards that they produce. It also counts as cards, as you saw in the other game with the Archetype 2, all the squirrels that you saw on the screen, the broken mansion or destroyed mansion or whatever that produced that rock. Mockingbird would look at all those individual things and reduce his energy down. So a Central Park with 3 squirrels means 3 energy drop, and now I'm at 310. Or like 2 raptors from the Savage Lands, that's 2 energy down. Or like a ninja from Shadowland with -2 energy, that reduces her energy. Like all these cases, the monster that has 10, the collapsed mine with 4 rocks, that makes it 210. You could play this at turn 2 early enough, so that's why in the collapsed mine I try not to skip my turn, and I get to play Mockingbird so fucking early. It is crazy. This is the 6 cost card that you get to play the soonest out of all of them, and it's a big deal because it makes like so much more power into your game and stuff. And believe it or not, it actually changed. It used to be a 5 energy 8 power card, and you'd hardly notice the difference. If anything, it had a buff by having 10 power. But yeah, Mockingbird is amazing in many ways. So yeah, it does really heavy damage and stuff. And with like the cards that I mentioned that I got from the thing, you probably saw it on screen, me getting them, because that's from my phone when I screen recorded. I bought with tokens trying to get this card because, you know, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D, shields represent and stuff. It is very well worth it, I would say. That's why it thrived in a Thanos deck, because it counts as those Infinity Stones as extra entities. So yeah, it was a free Mockingbird when you play all those stones and all that other stuff. It's just so many factors, and you're gonna see for yourself the power with all these cards. So we'll see it with the addition of Captain Marvel of how well it is. But yeah, let's just get started. Mech, your old nemesis. Alright, whatever you say, bro. Ah, squirrels. Let's play Agent 13 here. See, a Mockingbird would be very helpful right now, but I didn't even get it last game, so we'll see. We shall see. Iceman. That's annoying. That is annoying. Krakakawa. I always think of the Squidward thing with like Krakatawa and stuff. That might be the reference. I don't know if that place has a volcano. I don't remember where Krakakawa's from. Krakakawa. I'm not sure what comic book. You know, Blob might be the play here. If I could play him right now, but it's okay. Let's just do White Widow here. Try to lock him out if he plays to the left. He does have a +5 for Copycat. For Krakakawa to go to something else. It's a Archetype deck. You see how many cards he has? So many cards. Oh my god. I was gonna use Blob and now he's gonna kill 3 other cards. You might as well kill my Crossbones too. You know what? You might as well just take all my shit from my bank at this point. Bruh. Why did he kill all his cards too? How smart is that? Okay, well that's fine. We could go over here now. Kill it with Mockingbird. Oh, that's annoying. But that's at least for turn 5. It's just to play 1 card, so it's not that bad. Dude, Hello Carrier's at 20 power. Holy shit. Let's just dominate, honestly. That's fine. Sasquatch, you think you intimidate me, bro? Was this your +5? Yeah, it is. It's your +5. Okay, just making sure. Oh, that's so annoying. I don't have that much, like, things to go off of. I could go left, but if I go right, because there's no way he wants to tie me. Fuck. If he's able to beat 5, he just wins, but he had Sasquatch and he has 2 other cards, and it could be anything, because I already shim. I'll just go for the numbers in case he ties, so I could just win the tiebreaker. Medusa. Yeah, he just ties. Okay. Alright, there we go. We win the tiebreaker. By like damn near 30 points. It's like 27. Okay. Yeah, that game felt weird. I don't know if I've been skipping around or not, but I won the last game, but I don't know. Or did I? I already forgot. Alright, Bailal. What does that say? Ew, words to read. Okay. We got Jotunheim. Let's play Maria Hill first. I hate Jotunheim. I'm pretty sure everybody hates it. But, I mean, it's for the right reasons. I just never liked the area. I just feel like no matter what, I would hate it. Unless I have an Annihilus deck. Bro, you copied me. No, you copied me, sir. You copied me. That was my card. You see my neon border? Now look at your border. Now look back at my border. Mine. Okay, let's play Mojo. You better not play Mojo. I'm about to say. How dare you? You got the audacity. No. You got the audacity to say I'm copying you and you're doing this shit to me? Bro, I'll slap you. I'll slap that Spider-Man emote so far across your face that I didn't even think of a fucking counter argument to that. That's crazy, bro. Not only is that crazy, that's insulting. You know what? I'm fucking... No. Limbo, bro? Really? Limbo? Bro? Limbro? Not in my house, bro. Not in my house. Disrespectful. Bailal. I'll slap your fucking Spider-Man emote on the other fucking side so hard. You're gonna look like Jin right here. I hope you know, Jin is the card I win the most in games. Fucking Bailal. What should I do here? Let's go. This. I got so many fucking rocks. I literally. Fuck. Let's put Jin right here. Alright, what we got here? Bailal's thinking really hard about this. He's like, what card should I copy now from Scar Knight? I don't know. But he's such a good player. Ugh, I bet he's handsome too. Mockingbird, really? Fuck. Okay. Fucking... Really, sir? Really? Red Hulk? Like, I could have got that with Nick Fury, and you decided to play Red Hulk and shit. Oh, I could play... Oh. I could play Jessica Jones, and he could telegraph that, but it would guarantee me +4, and there'll be 9. So, it'll be 20 power, and if he plays another card... I didn't actually think this through, I realize. Because it's whatever. I'll give up this area if I have to. Shit. Because I was thinking to myself I could use a Jin the turn before, but literally next turn is the last turn. So it's like, what the fuck are you talking about, Scar Knight? Really? Really, Bilal? Really? Really, bro? Really? Like, fucking really, Bilal? That's crazy. The audacity. 24 power. I can't win that. I can't win that. Jessica Jones? I don't have that power, though. Fuck. This is tough, dude. Let's do that, and that's all I could do. Come on, be dumb, Bilal. Put 4 cards on the right. I know you want to. He did do it. Wow. Did he miscalculate? Iron Man. Oh, he did not miscalculate. That's so fucking annoying. Fucker. Ugh. That was a pretty interesting game. Fuck. Really, Bilal? Really, dude? Really? Fucking A. Alright, last game for today. I feel like I should record a bit more. Not the episode wise, but like I feel like I could have found a pretty decent match or two. It could have showed some examples better, but I'm pretty sure I did show off all the cards that I needed to. Weirdo World's gonna be annoying. That's not my Nick Fury, dude. What? Where did that even come from? Did I got that from... Do you have this too? I'm so confused. I need to remember to use the Mecha Devil Dinosaur emote in this game. I got Quake. Ooh, Quake with the Nexus. That's some shit right there. Let's play. Well, I'm gonna try and not make it suspicious, but I'm gonna play around it with my weak cards and then go in the middle. I probably can just win in the, you know, outstrengthening this person. At the same time, I got no merit of what they play. But they got Kang and they got TVA, so... Oh, White Widow. Okay, no problem. I'm gonna save Quake for the last turn. It's gonna be mighty spicy. Fuck. Let's play Quinjet here. I'm saving you, Quake. I know it's your time and you feel it, but no. I don't like her power. It makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong when it's like it's worse than a scorpion. I fucking hate it. Okay, the good thing is you're 1 energy now. Turn 4. Let's just make you think that you might win. Let's just make you think that. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Interesting. I'm gonna play the regular Nick Fury if you don't mind. Wait. Yeah, no, that's fine. Let's play it here. No, but that's not worth it. Let's play... Let's... Yeah, let's play leader. There's a better plan somewhere. I just, cause Quake is like, pick me, but I'm like, it's not your time yet, Rudy. Fucking sit your ass down back on the bench, okay? It is not your time. You know what? No. Put leader right here. Just in case, more open space. Gladiator? I don't know why I was waiting for Devil Dinosaur to come out, but yeah. Alright. This might not be good. Oh, no, that's not bad. Actually, no, that doesn't do shit. Okay, this is the turn. This is the turn. So, what we could do... I need to do math. Let's play... Wait. Yeah, if I go here... Yeah. Here... Silver Surfer... Quake... and... Snap. Win Bagel. You can't... The TVA ain't gonna help you out, boy. Let's watch this magic. Red Guardian. Who the fuck? You just helped me. Don't do this. Kill Maria Hill or some shit. Hey, that's exactly what I asked for. Nice. Okay. He's like, what the fuck? Why do you play it there? Don't mind your beeswax, Win Bagel. That's why. Yeah. Oh, shit. Get wrecked. Get wrecked, Win Bagel. Get wrecked. Cheeky thumbs up for ya. Yeah, motherfucker. And Devil Dinosaur. Mecha Devil Dinosaur. Bro, if I was a fucking Power Ranger, I'd pick this fucking Zord all the time. You don't know, Win Bagel. You don't. Fucking got this shit. Whew. Alright. So you might have noticed the zoom in at the top left, because I wanted to be inconspicuous, whether you don't know or do know if I had won the Deadpool League. People that are active for Marvel Snap might already know that. It doesn't fucking matter regardless, but just you know, pointing out that there is a secret video if you just click on the outro, like the little iCards and all the 3 video stuff, along with the channel stuff. Well, the 3 video stuff, what the fuck, you know what I mean, like the outro screen with the 2 videos where you could pick, and then the channel face. Yeah, be sure to click the secret video, because it's gonna be well worth it. It is the Deadpool League when I played it at the final hour. Will I get the Deadpool emote? Find out. Because I actually played the correct Archetype 3 that I wanted to do it initially, just to replace Captain Marvel with Devil Dinosaur, and then boom! And it's the same setup that I wanted to do to begin with, replacing 3 cards instead of 4. Be sure to watch that, because there's some pretty good stuff that happens there. Or not good stuff, I don't know. Will I win? That determines with you guys, except it doesn't. This has already happened. Hopefully me being sick doesn't really ruin the experience, but hopefully you guys know about the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D deck and Controlled RNG, as opposed to Devil Dinosaur getting as much cards as I can. But if you like this episode, don't forget to press that like button. If you really like this episode, please consider subscribing. If you haven't considered subscribing yet, please watch another one of my videos. I play the video games, and if you like playing video games, you might like my stuff. With that being said, in the next episode, who knows? Let me know if you want to see discard deck, or destruction deck, or movement deck, or some other variation. So let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys next time when I play some more Marvel Snap. I'll try to not make it into another year when I play this, I promise. So yeah, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be more leagues, so I'll try to do the final hour stuff with that. White Tigers and Dragons, see you, and you've been Scarbo the Knight. I'm out!